Listen, they get the wins. Mama DeVito comes in with the spaghetti after the game, gives it to all the players. They sit down as a family and they have a good time. And then the Godfather comes in, passes out the money. He's like, you keep winning, you keep seeing the green, all right? That's how it goes, and that's why they keep winning. I'm telling you right now, this is officially the Sopranos team.
Flea Flicker Nation. Hello, you are tuned in to another episode of the Flea Flicker Show. We are your hosts, Fred and Dre. We drop new episodes every Wednesday and Friday in the NFL season. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts, and follow us on social media at Flea Flicker Show. Dre, what the fuck we got going on this week?
Oh my gosh, dude, it's week 15, and we got the week 15 preview. Week 15, we're almost there, man. We only got, 4 weeks? 15, 16, 17. Yeah, 4 weeks until the playoffs, man. That's 4 games until my team's out forever, until next year. That's so sad. I want to see like 7 more weeks of Tommy Cutlets. Come on now. But yeah.
I want another bye week because Eagles need to get right.
You already had your bye week. You're fine. Yeah. Are we hitting anything before this? I don't really have anything. We talked about the playoffs already a little bit.
Yeah, I don't have anything either.
Yeah.
NCAA playoffs, they're not until January 1st. So
WVU got a bowl game, baby.
We're still salty about Alabama getting in. But
heck yeah.
We've talked about that before. So there's not really too much here.
I'm so ready. I'm so ready to see Michigan beat Alabama. I'm so ready.
Michigan's gonna ass whoop Bama, dude. Washington, Texas will be a very good game, though.
Yeah, I could see that. I think
Washington will be very good.
I think Texas should have played Michigan, to be honest, but oh well.
But the thing is, because Alabama got in, you couldn't have Alabama ahead of Texas because Texas beat Alabama. So
that's why as soon as Texas got the number 3 spot, I was like, are you fucking kidding? I already knew. Trash. Still mad about it.
But I agree that Texas probably should have had the 4 if Florida State got the 3. But because the committee had to put in Alabama.
Well, they had to.
Yeah, they had to put in Alabama. Like, I get that Florida State put out their 3rd string quarterback. He couldn't do anything, but they were still undefeated in a Power 5 conference, so that can't be discredited.
Yeah, it's like, who's injured in the NFL right now? It's like if Jake Browning takes the Bengals undefeated the rest of the way, and they're like, well, they don't have Joe Burrow though, so sorry, Bengals. Like, come on, it's not how this works.
Joe Flacco takes the Browns, but they don't have Deshaun Watson. So, to be fair, they only had Deshaun Watson like 3 games this year. So.
We were gonna hit playoff. We were gonna hit playoff clinching scenarios, but we don't have that information, unfortunately. So
we didn't feel like doing the math and doing all the work to take that ourselves. So we're a little bit lazy in that way.
Look for an Instagram, maybe a Twitter post, something like that. Maybe even TikTok. I don't know. We'll get that out though.
Tickety tock.
Oh, tickety tock, huh?
Yeah. Well, let's get into it, right? Get into these games. We got a lot of good games this week that should hold heavy implications on the playoffs. Some teams will likely get knocked out. Some teams might clinch. Certainly the standings are going to change in the playoff picture. So let's take a look at these games.
Let's do it. And we'll start off with one that doesn't matter. Thursday night football, the Chargers heading into Vegas to take on the Raiders in the poop bowl of the week. Herbert is no longer. He's out for the season. That's tough for the Chargers, but the Raiders are still beatable. They looked pretty bad last week, and probably the worst game of last week. And the Chargers defense is decent, I suppose. Not sure who's going to be playing quarterback for Vegas at the moment. Aiden O'Connell was being talked about being benched. Jimmy Garoppolo might be back. I don't trust either of these teams, but I'm going to say the Raiders at home. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think it depends too. If Jacobs suits up. I know he came out of last game with an injury, so if he's banged up, that's a huge blow to their offense. But either way, the Chargers haven't looked good, and they're not going to look good without Justin Herbert. So I'm taking Raiders as well. I think Excuse me, coffee's got me some indigestion today, but I think the Raiders are going to handle the electric shock, hand the electric shock to the Chargers in this game and uh, come away with a W.
All right, you heard it. Both taking the Raiders. Let's move to Saturday. We got Saturday games, baby. We got 3 of them this week, and we got a Saturday game every week for the rest of the season. So get ready for Saturday football. Even when the college games are on, there's still going to be NFL football. So, first Saturday game in Cincinnati at 1 p.m., the Vikings and the Bengals are going to work. The Vikings looked pretty bad last week. I think they're probably making a quarterback change, probably going to see Nick Mullins in there. The Bengals just look like the better team right now. I'm taking the Bengals.
Yeah, I think the Bengals are going to roar their way to victory in this game, and the Vikings look shipwrecked. They look terrible. So I don't think it matters who's at quarterback for the Vikings. I don't think it matters if Justin Jefferson's playing as well. If I'm the Vikings, I'm sitting Jefferson. I think his health's more important than anything. And without a quarterback, they're not going to go anywhere in the playoffs if they make it in. So Browning looks really good. He's got the team inspired. And I feel like it's his performance right now. It's like a little fairy tale. It's like it's truly a Cinderella story going to the playoffs. And I saw that Burrow gifted his family his personal suite at the game for them to come check it out, and that was pretty cool. But yeah, Browning's got them playing like a contender. He's put up 30 points 2 weeks in a row. Looks really good.
I want to mention the starting quarterbacks for the first 3 games I'm talking about here for a second. So Chargers, Raiders, talked about it already. Easton Stick versus maybe Aiden O'Connell. Like, what? Vikings versus Bengals. Nick Mullins versus Jake Browning. And the one we didn't get to yet, I'm about to talk about those Steelers and Colts. Mitch Trubisky versus Gardner Minshew. All of the starting quarterbacks are gone, man. They're all hurt. There's so many quarterback injuries. It's so crazy.
Yeah. So many. And with the Colts, the only thing you could argue is that possibly Gardner Minshew was being in the discussion to be the starter at the beginning of the season if they had given Anthony Richardson time to develop, but it didn't look like he needed it. He was really good when he was playing. So are we moving to that game right now? Are we done?
Yeah, let's move. Let's move. 4:30 p.m. We're starting to talk about it, so let's move. Steelers heading into Indianapolis to take on the Colts. Saturday, baby. The Steelers should continue their losing streak, I think, as the Colts are going to get back to winning. We'll see. The Steelers defense is still there, so I'm not saying they can't win, but I'm taking the Colts.
Yeah, I'm taking the Colts as well, though. I don't think they're horsing around. They lost last week, but I think it was more of a surprise. They didn't think that Browning was going to come in and be what he was. But I'm taking the Colts in this. I think Gardner Minshew is plenty good enough to manage the game against the Steelers and get the W.
Heck yeah. Let's move to Saturday night football. The Broncos are heading to Detroit to take on a struggling Lions team. This is kind of an interesting game. It's like a rising Broncos team and a falling Lions team. Does that mean they're evened out? Is this like an even game right now? I'm not sure. What do you think about it?
Yeah, this one was a bit of a toss-up for me. I wasn't really sure how to go with it, and it could go honestly either way. I can see either team taking the W in this, but I think that the Lions are going to get back on track at home, and they're going to devour the Broncos, and Laporta is going to have a feast of victory in this game. So the Broncos are the worst pass defense in the league for tight ends, the worst defense in the league against tight ends, and Laporta has eaten alive good matchups this year. So I think he's going to have a stellar day, and they're going to come away with the W.
Yeah, I agree with everything you just said. Pretty much my exact thought process, actually. I'm also taking a comeback game for the Lions, but if they don't pull this off, I am officially losing faith in Detroit.
I don't necessarily know that they would lose their division, but they certainly won't make noise in the playoffs if they don't pull this game off. It'll be a tough skid the rest of the way for them.
Yeah, that was the last Saturday game on the slate. It's so interesting that they're doing these Saturday games now. I was reading an article, actually. It seems like what they're trying to do is move more games to Saturday in the future because they kind of want to start making the middle of Sunday a prime time slot. which
And
I
not just bogged down with so many games you can't watch half of them.
yeah. So I don't know. We might just have a football game every day of the week in a couple of years. I don't know. That'd be insane.
Or
But
hey, I wouldn't be mad.
just have some sort of football to watch every day.
My wife would hate it, but I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah, I would hate it too. Let's move to Sunday football in where is this? Where are the Panthers? Charlotte? Yeah, in Charlotte. The Falcons and the Panthers are fighting. And I'm going to be honest, I was actually a little tempted to take the Panthers with an upset here
Ooh,
just because I hate Desmond Ritter so much. But the Panthers are bad. Like they're not even just bad. They're bad. So I can't
bad.
do it. I'm picking the Falcons.
Yeah, I think the Falcons are going to spread their wings in this game, and I can't say that Art Smith has learned his lesson. Is going to play, give a lot of work to my boy Bijan, but I can hope. But I think the offense functions best with him. It looked like last week that Ritter did have a good connection with Drake London, and just use those two guys. Use Drake London and use Bijan, get Bijan more involved in the passing game. That offense should click a lot better if they do that. But as for Bryce Young, dude can hit the ocean if he fell off a boat. Like he's. It's funny that he's a psych major because it feels like he's supposed to be in other people's head and they're not supposed to be in his. But he looks really bad. And
that's tough. That's a tough take.
He stinks. Get him out of there. Get him out of there.
Get him out of there. Let's move to Cleveland, the Bears and the Browns. We don't have any splits yet. We'll see if this is the game. I don't know. I'm calling like a surprising good game in this one. I don't know if it's surprising. The Bears have been on the up and up, though. The Brownies have kind of come back with Flacco. I think this one's going to come down to the wire. I think Justin Fields is going to have like a wild game that leaves the Browns defense chasing him around the field all day, even though that's a very good defense. And I think the Browns and Flacco, though, they're going to get the last laugh with a Flacco touchdown to save the day. Brownies over the Bears.
I agree. I think this is going to be a very, very good game. And one that like 3 weeks ago, we would have said was going to be a shit show. But honestly, I agree. I think Fields is going to have a good day out there. I think Flacco can have a good day as well. He's got the team looking pretty solid, but I think the Bears are going to have a very good day and outplay the Browns. I think they're going to bring their A game and leave the Browns feeling a little blue in this.
There we go. We got split number one on the board. Right.
Both teams are hot, so anything can happen.
Anything could happen. I agree for sure. I would not be surprised if the Bears take it. But let's move to Lambeau, the Buccaneers and the Packers. This could be a really good game. Depends on how either team comes out. They both have very up and down games. I think Baker Mayfield is finally going to have his terrible Baker Mayfield game of the season in this one. I'm taking the Packers and Jordan Love to take this one. Packers.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if like it really depends too if Aaron Jones comes back. If Jones comes back, this offense goes up tenfold. And I'm saying the Packers are going to pack a punch and sail past the Buccaneers in this as well. So I'm also taking it. I think Love must have a cheese head full of tricks up his sleeve in this game, and he's going to be dealing.
He's dealing. Whoa. All right. He's dealing cheese.
Yeah. It's an illegal cheese up north of the border in Canada.
Jeez. Yeah, I'm off the Baker train, so we'll see if I come back to it. I don't know. We'll see, but I'm off of it for now. Let's move to Miami, the Jets and the Dolphins. Who knows what'll happen after what happened last week? The Jets looked better. The Dolphins looked worse. In general, the Dolphins are much better, but Tyreek Hill with that ankle injury makes this a very questionable game. And Zach Wilson with his really good game makes us even more questionable. I think in this one, though, Zach Wilson's going to come back down to earth, and the Jets are simply going to get eviscerated by the Dolphins' relentless offensive attack. It's over. Dolphins by 30. Let's go.
So this one is interesting. Like you said, it really depends on how Tyreek is. If Tyreek doesn't play this game, I'm saying the Jets are taking flight and soaring past the Dolphins. I think the defense is just going to put the clamps down, and Waddle is not going to be able to do much of anything. And if the pass game's not there, the Dolphins are out of water, fish out of water in this. So they do have a good run game, but the run game is predicated by the threat of the pass. So I think that if Hill is not playing, the Jets take this. But if Hill plays, Dolphins take it 100%.
All right, so look at that. You might take the Jets against the Dolphins if Hill isn't playing. It's iffy. It's iffy. It's up in the air right now. So who knows? Anything could happen. Maybe this is the any given Sunday game. I don't know.
It might be.
It could very well be. Let's move to New Orleans, the Giants and the Saints. This is a kind of a tough game, to be honest, to pick. The Saints' poor play makes me think that the Giants have a real chance, but I don't know. I'm taking Tommy Cutlets. I don't care. Tommy Cutlets and the Giants, 4-game win streak. It starts here.
Yeah, you know what? I had the Saints written down,
I did too.
but after seeing how they played the other day, like even though they put up 28 points, like we said, they just did not look inspiring. The Giants looked to be motivated for something. I don't know what, because they're certainly not going to be a playoff team, but
I'm motivated for those chicken cutlets after the game.
But I'm taking the Giants. I'm also taking Tommy Cutlets. I think that the Giants are going to come in and they're going to bring the holy water in this game, and they're going to march on to victory over the Saints.
Listen, they get the wins. Mama DeVito comes in with the spaghetti after the game, gives it to all the players. They sit down as a family and they have a good time. And then the Godfather comes in, passes out the money. He's like, you keep winning, you keep seeing the green, all right? That's how it goes, and that's why they keep winning. I'm telling you right now, this is officially the Sopranos team.
You know what? Tommy South, they got those little rainbow cookies. You know what I'm talking about? Like they're so good, dude. They got like the little stacked with the layers. Ones? Little stacked with the layers. Yeah, they're so good.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Those are fire. Yeah, they're made with almond. So tell you can't have them, but I always just devour them. They're amazing. Well,
next time I'm in Philly, let me know.
Maybe some cannoli at the Vito house. Yeah.
It's gonna be a party. Let's move though to Tennessee. The Texans and the Titans are gonna have a showdown in Tennessee. This is a huge game actually for the Texans specifically, kind of for the Titans too, but they're basically out of it. They kind of need the Texans. They kind of need Stroud and hopefully Collins too for this game, and the tight end. This one I'm gonna do a caveat. I feel like you might too. If Stroud plays, I'm taking the Texans. If he doesn't, I do not trust Davis Mills. The Titans and Will Mayo will be taking it. For now, I'm sticking with the Texans though, unless we hear otherwise.
Yeah, I completely agree there, and you're right. I am taking that caveat as well because it's coming at this point. We don't know what Stroud's outlook looks going into this game. So if he doesn't play, I'm taking the Titans. They looked pretty good last week. The run game looked solid there with Spears and Henry. Will Mayo, as you call him, he looks pretty solid.
Willie Mayo.
So I think the Titans win this if Stroud does not play. Even if one of those two options, either Dalton Schultz or Collins, doesn't play and one does, I still think they get the win if Stroud plays, because he has a connection with Noah Brown. He was just banged up so much last week against the Jets. But if he plays, I think they get the W.
If he plays, they get the W. We're on par with that one. Let's move to Foxborough, the Chiefs and the Patriots. The Chiefs should not lose this game, no matter what.
No.
So that's what I'm going with, Chiefs.
Yeah. I think the Chiefs are going to bring the heat and cook up victory against the Patriots in this game, or the Chefs are going to bring the heat and cook up a victory. The Patriots suck. They beat the Steelers, but that's a team that sucks even more on offense right now. So I'm taking the Chiefs in this. Patrick Mahomes can stop whining. He can stop crying. Maybe we'll see Belichick cry. I don't know. I'd love to see Belichick cry. Man's a stone wall. But
That'd be fantastic.
yeah,
Make my day.
yeah, Chiefs all day.
Yeah, and the next one for me is quite similar. This is the 4 p.m. slate, by the way. I did not mention that. These are the 4 p.m. slates after this game, actually. Sorry, I apologize. I'm messing up. All right, now it's the 4 p.m. Sunday slate at Arizona is the first game of 4 p.m. slate. 49ers and the Cardinals. And yeah, see Chiefs notes. That's what I wrote. The Niners are going to win.
Yeah, Niners are gonna go right into Arizona, and they're gonna get the W. I mean, maybe they'll leave the game early, head on over to like Palm Springs over in California, and have a little bit of vacation out there. Maybe party it up in Scottsdale, and I know there's a lot of little not beach resorts, pool resorts and stuff there. So maybe they'll have some fun out there. I don't know.
Yeah. At halftime, Brock Purdy will take a little nap, and they'll throw Sam Darnold in there.
Yeah. This game should not be close. McCaffrey will go in a quarterback, throw 2 touchdowns. It's
yeah, 49.
This game's a joke. Shouldn't be close.
Let's move to LA, the Commanders and the Rams. Similar, the Rams all the way for me. Although the Commanders do have like a decent offense, so they can do some stuff.
Where have the Commanders been? I feel like they've been on bye for like 3 weeks.
They were on bye last week. The week before, I don't remember. I think they got demolished by somebody, didn't they? Isn't that what happened?
Yeah, I can't remember anything about them. It's just like, do they even exist? I don't know. But am I just imagining this Commanders team? Are they really a team with a name that stupid? I don't think they are. So
fake.
No, I agree. I think the Rams.
They got annihilated by the Dolphins, yeah. And before that, they got annihilated by the Cowboys.
Yeah. So, there you go. So they didn't show up for 3 weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there you go. But I agree. I think the Rams are going to charge their way to victory, and they're going to leave the Commanders feeling a little disarmed. They're definitely going to have the strategy and firepower to take home the win.
Yeah, we'll probably see Sam Howell put up good numbers again and still get annihilated somehow. So it's like early Matt Stafford years with the Lions.
Yeah.
That's what Sam Howell feels like.
Except he's not a kingmaker. He can't make somebody like a number one receiver because even Terry McLaurin's putting up pedestrian numbers this year.
Yeah,
so
he's having a bad year. Let's move to a better game in Buffalo. The Cowboys and the Bills. This could be the game of the week. This is a huge game.
Huge.
The Bills and the Cowboys both beat the Super Bowl teams from last year, just last week, and they both need this win. The boys need it to stay ahead of the Eagles in the division. The Bills need it to stay in the playoff race in general. Listen, the Cowboys are on fire. And they're probably favored in this game against Buffalo. I didn't actually check, but it's a cold day in Buffalo. Let me tell you, it's going to be a cold ass day. And Buffalo trying to get into the playoffs, they're kind of like a cornered animal here. I think the Cowboys, they're going to be chilly. Dak's going to be like freezing on the sidelines. And the Bills, they're just going to take this one, man. They're taking it. With the playoffs on the line, it's one of the bigger games of the year. And I'm calling for a Buffalo upset with broken tables littering the parking lot by happily crazed fans after a huge win. Buffalo.
Yeah, that's interesting. The Cowboys are going on the road right here. They're very hot, very strong offense, very strong defense. They aren't very good on the road. They are a whole lot better at home. But one thing that is in their favor is they are very good on turf. And the Bills, for now, play on turf until 2026 when they're going grass. So, but that being said, I don't think it's going to be enough. I think the Bills are playing inspired. They're going to be charging in just like the Super Bowl contender that we thought they were. And the Bills are going to herd the Cowboys and leave them feeling a little bit moved. Moved. I think they're definitely going to have the horsepower in this game and run away with the title, or run away with the win, not the title.
And the title.
No, there's a win. Maybe the NFC title.
World heavyweight champion, Buffalo Bills.
Hey, Josh Allen and Dak Prescott going into a battle. It's kind of like a heavyweight match there.
I hope it snows. It's not supposed to, but that'd be so fun if it snowed for this game.
That'd be fun. And honestly, you would take the better run game there. And I think Cook, is a better running back than Pollard. So I would take the Bills in that.
Yeah, hell yeah. Anyway, let's move to Sunday Night Football in Jacksonville. The Ravens and the Jaguars, another big game. This could kind of go either way. I think the Ravens are probably favored. They've looked really good, especially last week. So I am going to trust the Ravens in this one. On the road, though, the Jaguars are good. I imagine they're going to show up, and they're not going to just give this to the Ravens. It should be a really good game. Taking the Ravens.
It should be good, and it really depends on Lawrence's healthy. Last game, he did not, even though he played, he didn't look healthy. So that really is what will determine the outcome in this. But I agree. I think the Ravens just look too good. I think they're going to spread their wings, and they're going to put up a spectacular performance in this, and they're going to fly past the Jags.
All right, on the same page. All the big games were on the same page, so that's not super fun. Let's move to Monday Night Football. The Eagles heading into the 12-man stadium in Seattle to face the Seahawks. The Eagles have had a tough couple weeks. The Seahawks have had their share of grief as well lately. Geno Smith, will he play? I'm not sure. I'm actually going to type his name into Google right now to see if they have any news on him. But for right now, I think I have to take the Eagles, unfortunately. Just the Seahawks with all those injuries, I don't know how they would pull that off.
They moved, who was it? The Chiefs and the Patriots. They moved from Monday night and put the Eagles Seahawks here. So
thank God.
This is certainly should be a better game, even with or without Geno. The Seahawks are just a better team than the Patriots. So I agree. I'm obviously not going to take the Birds. I think the Eagles are going to soar high and leave the Seahawks fan a little bit seasick. They're definitely going to have their talons out and win this bird showdown.
Yeah, Geno Smith is questionable. They're still doing tests to determine if he can play or not. He wants to play, of course, but we do not know at this time. It could be a Drew Lock game, which who knows? Drew Lock throws the ball downfield, so maybe he can do something crazy. I don't know. But yeah, that is all of the games this week. Do we have
all the games? But yeah, that was my question. Do we have a game of the week? What are the splits that we got there?
We don't have too many. We picked a lot of the same teams. Dolphins, Jets split. Bears, Browns. That's it.
I think it's Bears, Browns, unless. But then, like, if the only way that the Jets and Dolphins can be it is if Tyreek Hill doesn't play. So, what do you want to do there? Do you want to do?
We got to go Bears, Browns. We got to go Bears, Browns.
All right, we'll Bears, Browns. As the game of the week.
That's our worst game of the week pick of the year, unfortunately.
Only splits this week, so it'll be interesting. Do you have our season stats? See where we are in the season rankings?
I don't have them on hand, actually.
All right. Maybe we can just include it in the video here if we have it. But I think we're still relatively close. I think you pulled away a little bit further here, but
I'm probably like 5 games up or something. I'm
still within striking distance.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought you had the overall record.
I have it somewhere, probably.
We just don't know.
We don't know.
Could be anything. Anyway, there's no bye teams this week. There's no bye teams left the rest of the season. So we are going to have every team playing until the playoffs. So yeah, fun stuff.
Fun stuff. And that's a wrap on another episode, another week. Once again, the best way to support our show is to leave a rating or review on all platforms you listen on. And of course, by liking our show, make sure you subscribe. Aw, little nutmeg action. Little nutmeg there. Say hi, nutmeg.
She's so mad. She just wants down. She's like, I don't want to be on camera today.
Apollo hasn't moved. He's meatloaf on this pillow right now and fast asleep. But anyway, I digress. Make sure that you subscribe to the Flea Flicker Show. Nutmeg might have its only pause channel out there somewhere. I can get that to you, but make sure to listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcast. Follow us on all social media at Flea Flicker Show. And once again, thank you, Flea Flicker Nation, for tuning in. And until next time.
Peace. Like, comment, subscribe.